This is Sam Vaughan for Sam Sports Report. In the SEC, Missouri plays Kentucky. 12:30.
Otago
away. Jaden Stone, a player to watch out from Missouri. Mark Mitchell, Jaden Stone, and Pierce. And if he can make the smart decisions, I guess the player to watch out for would be T.O. Barrett. Kentucky's probably the favorites in this one. Missouri did win this year. Kentucky's favored by about 3.5. In Nashville, that's the first game at 12:30, 11:30 Central. Auburn, Tennessee, 3 o'clock, 2:30 Central. Players to watch out for in that one are Keyshawn Hall. Hopes to keep Auburn's chances of making the tournament alive. And Jacoby Gillespie. Ole Miss, Georgia, A.J. Storr, player to watch out for. And Jeremiah Wilkinson. Texas put their tournament chances in hope, probably still get in though, but they put it in jeopardy as they lost to Ole Miss 76-66. Oklahoma and Texas A&M, they tip at 9:30, 8:30 Central. And Ole Miss and Georgia tip at 7. Yesterday's games in the SEC, Kentucky beat LSU 87-82. Auburn beat Mississippi State 79-61. Ole Miss upset Texas 76-66. And Oklahoma won 86-74 over South Carolina. That's the SEC. In the Big 12, the Kansas Jayhawks will start with first to play at 9 o'clock, 9:30 tonight in Kansas City against TCU in the Big 12 tournament. KU 22-9, 22-10. Trey White, Morty Bagdanda, Marvin Council, and Darren Peterson, players to watch out for KU. And David Punch, player to watch out for Kentucky. Jayhawks are favored by 5.5. Game time, 9:30. And the rest of the games in the Big 12, we'll preview it since it's a local tournament. Iowa State, Texas Tech, players to watch out for that one. Milani Makovic and JT Toplin. That's at 12:30. Arizona UCF, number 2. UCF should get in. Players to watch out for in that one. Riley Kungo and Braden Berries. Tip is at 3. BYU Houston. Finish it off. AJ DeBonsa. Kyle Fleming. BYU is unranked. We'll see that one. 7 o'clock, ESPN 2. Number 5, Houston against unranked BYU. Houston playing real good. BYU struggling. That's the Big 12 part. And SLU plays tomorrow. Their tournament lives are also on the line. I assume SLU will make it, but we'll see. They'll play at 11:30 tomorrow. And yesterday we'll mention it again because we'll go through the Big Ten tournament and more exclusively. Indiana got eliminated for the tournament according to Joe Lunardi's bracket. 74-61 was Northwestern beating Indiana. Rutgers beat Minnesota 72-67. Washington beat USC 83-79. And Iowa beat Maryland 75-64. And in the Big Ten tournament today at 12, Iowa will play Ohio State. That's at 12 and 11 Central. Washington will play Wisconsin. Players to watch out for in that game are Steinbach and Nick Bodie. The players to watch out for. We previewed that game because both teams are ranked. Wisconsin's ranked. That game's at 2:30. Northwestern, Purdue. Purdue is 18. Northwestern is unranked 15 and 18 players to watch out for is Nick Martell and Braden Smith are the players to watch out for. That game tips at 6:30, and at 9, Rutgers and UCLA. The game tips at 9. And for the Big Ten tomorrow, Illinois will play at 2:30. TBD opponent announced. And Michigan, number 3, will play at 12 in the Big Ten tournament. Automatic bids for right now. Queen Royals wins the Atlantic Sun. High Point wins the Big South. Toronto Pride win the CCA. Washington Wright State wins the Horizon League. Siena Saints win the MAC. Northern Iowa wins the Missouri Valley. LIU Sharks win the Northwestern Conference. Tennessee Tigers win the Ohio Valley. Lehigh Mountain Hawks win the Patriot. Foreman win the Southern Conference. McNeese Cowboys win the Southern Conference. North Dakota State Bison win the Summit League. Troy Trojans win the Sun Belt. And Idaho Vandalers win the Big Sky. There'll be more decided on the NCAA tournament for 2026. In Chiefs and NFL football, the Chiefs, of course, announced they would sign Travis Kelce. The Chiefs also signed Kenneth Walker to a big deal. The Chiefs signed Ala Gilman, Chris Tonga, Taquan Thornton. And for more, you can check out ESPN.com. Of course, we talked about on Monday, but the trade fell through. Max Crosby trade fell through, so he's still a Raider. Bears got rid of DJ Moore. I'm Malachi.
Hi, Sam.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good.
Good.
You excited about this interview?
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Okay, I'm going to ask you. We're actually honest. We're just going to have a conversation.
Okay.
Conversation dash interview.
All right, so ask. What you want to know?
If you had to introduce one thing to the Kansas City area,
I would say a lot more free local things for kids to do, especially during like spring break and summertime.
so like what would one of those things be?
I don't know, some kind of like book club or some kind of like science club, just something where, you know, all the kids in the Kansas City area can just like build relationships with other kids and be able to connect in different ways. I don't think Kansas City has enough of that kind of stuff, and like a lot of that stuff, a lot of families cannot afford. So I feel like if we have more free things for the kids to do, then, you know, this is a way that, you know, kids can learn, you know, relationships and learn how to build those relationships and be consistent in those relationships.
So you say we don't have a lot of fun. So
Yeah, I feel like Kansas City has a lot of fun, but it's like most of the fun is for the adults. You know, we have everything like the clubs and power and light. We don't have really anything for like the children and, you know, the families. And I feel like if we had more of that, I feel like a lot of the things that we have issues now in Kansas City, especially with the crime rate, I think a lot of that would, you know, slowly go down.